Alright guys, what is up? So, we have a patch! Happy birthday to me, as I'm recording this! It is May 27th, when the day the patch came out. It came out in the evening, like 10:30 or something, my time. So it's probably May 28th, and yeah, in 15 minutes, if I'm still recording, I'll turn 23! Yeah, that's how old I'm gonna be. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So 6 months for AoE2 DE, all the milestones, I suppose. New changes, new content, stuff. Let's get into it. So it's the Mayhem event. It's Mayhem 2.0, guys. We're going all the way up to Mayhem 10. All the new modifiers, 12,500% HP. There are like 4 people who get that joke, but you know, those 4 people will enjoy it. It seems to be a swordsman pouring ketchup on a sword, a scout cavalry riding a sheep, and a Teutonic knight with a bunch of broken-looking weapons attacking it. Great. So yeah, those will have the challenges, and you guys can do them if you want those portraits and stuff. The game will no longer crash when using Marco Polo or IR Winner. Oh, it's funny because I just recorded Autocar 5 earlier today. Oh man, I just had to go through and replay all of those campaigns. Oh, you guys will see it in the video when it goes live tomorrow, probably. Hopefully more crashes will be fixed. Gameplay fixed an issue where players could research technology instantaneously at no cost and or more than once. Hallelujah! It is fixed! That really important bug abuse thing that people were doing got fixed, so good. Good. The game was borderline unplayable because of it, for a lot of people. Malay now properly advanced with the age is 66% faster than other civs instead of with 166% more style. Oh, it's funny because the civ was broken and that sucks. Yeah, Malay had to advance to 166%, and that was no bueno. So now the civ's working. Doubled the maximum scrolling speed. I know some people were asking for that, so now you can scroll even faster. Okay, something about siege workshop walls, Khmer villager bugs. See the rubble. Oh yeah, this was actually a bug that mattered in some scenarios, so that's good. Not being able to see destroyed buildings through the fog of war. That's good. The gatehouse towers are barbicans, huh? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, that's like the stone pillory things. Duh. Okay. Keep sharing the wrong building. Dolphins will no longer remain on the map once they've been played so long, and thanks for all the food. Oh, random Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. I love it. Random achievement stuff. Civilization balance. You guys, this is why you guys are here. It's primarily why I'm here. So I actually haven't seen, and I know some of these changes, but a lot of these I'm seeing for the first time. So the supplies technology is no longer available to Chinese, humans, Huns, Khmer, Lithuanians, Mayans, Mongols, and Tatars. Supplies is getting the arrow slits treatment. So arrow slits, the university tech that makes your towers do more damage, used to be available to all civilizations, and then they made it a bit more exclusive. Same thing now with supplies. They're taking it away from, what is that, 8 civs, plus Goths who already don't have it, but they obviously have their bonus to compensate for that, so that's not quite the same. So let's think. Who is going to care about this the most? So, supplies was obviously very important for swordsmen play at all. Like, swordsmen were able to see so much more play in so many more scenarios. Especially for civs that have good infantry, or if you're against eagle warriors. And there are just a lot of times, like say you're against Indians and they're making camel skirmishers, swordsmen are great against that. A lot of more situations where swordsmen are now good. So who made swordsman the most out of all these civs? Well, Huns, Khmer, Mayans, and Tatars don't have champions, so now their infantry is even worse. You were very rarely making infantry as those civs, and now it will be even worse. Except Mayans. Now you're going to be even more sad when you're up against Goths. It used to be like maybe you could try and get some two-handed swordsmen to help out, but yeah, now that's going to be even harder to justify, and you're probably just going to need to rely on Eagle Warriors. Now, Lithuanians did not have fully upgraded champions. They missed the last armor upgrade. So now they're just even less awesome. But you're not really making champions as Lithuanians most of the time anyway. Usually there are better things you can be doing. And then Chinese, Cumans, and Mongols had fully upgraded swordsmen. Now they do not, obviously, as they miss supplies. This is a really big change, guys. So Chinese definitely liked having swordsmen against Eagle Warriors, or again in those sorts of weird situations where sometimes you want swordsmen. And yeah, not having supplies is definitely a bit of a pain. Cumans probably not using swordsmen all that often. I wouldn't say it's a change you'd probably notice a ton. Again, maybe if you're up against a lot of Eagle Warriors or, I don't know, trash units or camels or something, I don't know. And Mongols, same thing. Very, very rarely did use swordsmen. I definitely think Chinese are the biggest civ hurt by this. But Chinese were already very strong, so I think that's fine. But that's a very interesting change. Like, that's a big change all bundled up in one little note. Watchtowers can no longer be built in the Dark Age if one is automatically generated at the start of the match. Okay, I guess that's a bug. Hussar, reduce the length of the attack animation from 1.89 to 1.35 seconds, equivalent to light cavalry. This does not increase their DPS, but improves their ability to chase and harass targets. Oh, yeah, so the actual sword swing animation for Hussar was actually longer than the light cavalry, which was really counterintuitive because Hussars actually attack faster than light cavalry by 5%. So yeah, that actually, it should sync up the animation with the attacking a bit more, and it actually does allow them to chase down villagers because, like, say the Hussar swings his sword as the villager runs away or whatever, then it would take a second, it would take, what, 0.5 seconds longer to, you know, retract the sword and then keep going with your little horsey, clippity-clippity-clop. That's a horse, by the way. So yeah, that's a nice little, it's a nice little change, quality of life change. Aztecs getting their first nerf in I don't even know how long, and this is the exact nerf I thought would be a uber awesome starting point. So, the the civilization bonus, which decreases the training time of military units, now it's now only 10% faster as opposed to 15% faster. Well, really, it was like 18% faster, so, you know, you guys get the idea. It's less of a bonus. Now, I thought this bonus was actually a little too strong anyway, because it feels like you're getting what is effectively almost the effect of the Britain bonus, the Goth, or, you know, the Britain team bonus, the Goth team bonus, the Celt team bonus for siege units, and, I don't know, Casbah for Berbers. You're getting a whole lot of that bonus all just for free without, you know, having to do anything for it. So I think this is going to be a nice little nerf. Aztecs already have an amazing economy. Their army is fairly cheap anyway, and it'll just be coming out a little bit slower. Don't worry, Aztecs are still going to be really, really good. Just a little bit of a nerf. It could need more in the future, could need a little bit of a nerf on the monk HP, maybe a little small nerf to the farm rate, but I'm glad we're not doing that all at once, just 1 month at a time. And we'll see where the happy spot is. The bonuses granted by Monopore Cavalry upgrade are no longer partially blocked by the Masonry Tact. No, the Masonry nerf! Feels bad, man. No, I mean, it makes Monopore Cavalry a little bit better. Means that your Hussars, guys, if you're playing Burmese late game, just get Monopore Cavalry if you can. It's not that expensive. I think it's like 600 wood, 400 gold or something like that. But it's really good for, raiding. You can actually just like tear down buildings if you have like 10, 15 hussars. It's pretty nice. And it does affect around by 2, remember. Looks like the same treatment is going for Indian camels. So that should be meaning Indian camels are going to be a bit better at tearing down buildings. I've always said that the Indian team bonus is like, think about that your camels, for the purposes of going up against buildings, are essentially knights, or the knight line equivalent. Because that's about as much as the bonus damage gives you for each stage in the camel line. So it's not like Indians were worse at attacking buildings with, camels as opposed to knights. So now, that's just going to be helped out a little bit. Elephant Archer. In my opinion, the second worst unique unit in the game. So after Ballista Elephants. Let's see. I did not know that this was happening. Reduce the reload time of attacks from 2.5 to 2.0. So it used to be 2.5, obviously. That was the attack speed of the War Wagon, of which it was its best comparison. And Elephant Archer was just kind of like a worse version of the War Wagon in most cases. Now it has a fire rate of 2.0. I don't know math, but is that like, 25% faster attack rate? It's a big buff. 2.0 is the attack rate of most, not like most, but probably a plurality of units in the game. Like, if you don't know what the attack rate of something is, guess 2, and, you'll probably have your best chance. It's the attack speed of archers, swordsmen, eagle warriors, camels, scout cavalry and light cavalry, etc., etc. So that's a big DPS buff, and it now costs only 70 gold to create. I think that's what, 100 food, 70 gold now? A little bit more manageable. The damage per second, it's going to be increased a fair bit. Is it going to make the unit good? No. It's still going to be pretty bad. Is it going to make the unit less bad? Yes. The rare situations where you wanted to make elephant archers, they're now going to be a lot more justifiable. And that is, if you're up against, say, Britons or Mayans, when you really could enjoy that real tanky archer, like an anti-archer, then elephant archers are going to be, I think, a lot more attractive of an option. And, with Indians, you generally have a pretty good eco to get that sort of switch going. So I'm interested. I still don't think they're going to be that great, but situationally, I think they can be used a bit more. Also, it makes Ballista Elephants, like, definitely the worst unique unit in the game. El Dorado, or Dorado. Increased the time to research the upgrade from 50 seconds to 70 seconds. Ooh, boy, that's 20 seconds. That's basic math with Ornlu. Small nerf to Mayans. El Dorado timings were pretty oppressive. And I'm glad that they didn't decrease the efficacy of the upgrade, because it's kind of how Mayans kept afloat in the late game. And they just made the timing a little bit slower. And I think that's a really great nerf. Because you're still going to eventually get to the same uber powerful Eagle Warriors, because Mayan Eagle Warriors are in most cases the best Eagle Warriors in the game. But now you're going to be getting there a little bit slower, so you have a bit more time to switch into swordsmen, unless you're one of those civs that lost supplies, or heavy cavalry, or some sort of anti-Eagle Warrior unit. Saracen Zealotry reduced the cost to research the upgrade from 800 to 700 gold. Zealotry is hilariously overpriced compared to other good unique techs that have, somewhat similar effects. It's still ridiculously overpriced, but at least in the context of Saracens, the Elite Mameluke upgrade is the cheapest elite tech upgrade. Elite unit upgrade tech? Yeah, it's the cheapest one of those in the game. So, yeah, it's a little less bad. Saracen's still probably going to struggle going to Mamelukes most of the time. And that's it for balance changes. So very limited balance changes, but I think they're all good. I mean, they're pretty minor, but they're all good, and that makes me happy. Right now, I'd say that balance is a little bit less of a problem than is just game stability. Game balance is all great and stuff, but first and foremost, you need a game that doesn't crash or has huge exploits or something. Also, happy birthday to me! Insert kazoo sounds. Lol. Whatever. Random maps, golden stone nodes are generated to prevent situations where they fail to spawn entirely. That's great. That happens from time to time and feels bad, man. They don't straggle right next to forests. Updated how predator animals are generated on several maps. I have no idea what this means. Maps. Let's see the map. Let's see the map pool, and then we'll go back to this. Because if it's not in the map pool, I don't really care about talking about it. Ooh, okay. Number of tiles and land percent commands no longer create larger lands than intended. This affected a few standard maps such as Arena. Arena had some really weird generation going on the last patch, and it wasn't good. Like, it was a lot of really, really bad wonky Arena generations where you had, like, no wood in your base, or you had, like, a little space, like, you had an area at the back of your base that would just, like, extend halfway across the map in this, like, useless little loop-de-doodle thing. So that's good. Good that they're changing that back. Okay, remove the grace period where players could resign from a ranked match without losing elo points. They did that last time, right? I thought that's already been in the game. I'm not sure how I feel about this. You don't want people Q dodging. It's definitely happened to me. Where, like, people just don't want to play the map or the civ matchup or the player, and that's not good. But on the other hand, like, if you have, like, a really, really laggy game or a really bad connection or something, or your game crashes or something right away, that also sucks to lose rating. Fixed an issue which prevented players from joining a multiplayer lobby. Okay. Ooh, this was actually an annoying bug. Fixed an issue which prevented player chat from appearing when playing a custom multiplayer scenario. Glad that's fixed, because it was really, really annoying to help T-West test his micro scenarios. Okay. Oh no, Bog Islands. No. Guys, I'm scared. The 1v1 map pool is as follows. Arabia, Arena, Hillfort, Stang. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think Hillfort's a much better map for team games than it is for 1v1s, which just encourages Mayan mirrors. And Mega Random's still there. Okay, so let's see. Bog Islands. It's a pretty bad map. Not the biggest fan of it. I'll probably do a map overview for it in the coming days, so look out for that. Continental as well. Bog Islands is more of a pure water map. You start on an island in a bog. Wow. And TLDR, I think you have 3 rhinos, so Mongols are super good on it. There's like a few fish, but I mean, water civ's gonna be thumbs up. Continental, your basic hybrid map, very standard-ish. You usually have a fairly wallable base compared to, say, coastal, and there's a little bit less water overall. The big problem with Continental is it can have very imbalanced fish spawn generation, so before I make my map guide, I'm going to definitely like load up a bunch of seeds of Continental and see how consistently the fish spawn. But again, TLDR on what civs to play. Play good hybrid map civs, which are usually good water map civs, except like plus like Huns and Malians and stuff. Golden Pit, it's back. It's a pretty okay map. I'm fine with it being in the map pool occasionally, but not like all the time, so that's fine. Hillfort, I'm sad it's back. Kilimanjaro, not a fan. Unless they changed it so like you have 2 elephants or whatever. Kilimanjaro, you have a big hill mountain thing that's, you know, Mount Kilimanjaro. And that contains a lot of the wood on the map. It also it takes up most of the map, so you have a lot of sort of strategic elevation-y things that you're trying to, you know, hop up and down the mountain slopes, and it's very, very open otherwise. So it's a very, very aggressive map. Also, laming can be really, really bad on this map if you lose your elephant, but maybe they changed that in the notes up top. And Mountain Pass. What the hell is Mountain Pass? I have never heard of that map before. correction, I've probably heard about the map before, but I've since forgotten it. So honestly, I don't know what that is right now. It's a new map with DE, but I'll make a guide for it. I'll learn what the map is and how you should probably play it, and I'll make a guide for it. So stay tuned for that. I've barely played any team games, but all of these look pretty familiar with the exception of Wolf Hill! Ornlu Wolf Hill. Yeah. That's a meme map. I guess go Aztecs or Lithuanians or, I don't know, Spanish. There's a ton of relics and wolves in the middle of the map on like a, hill. Okay. AI improvements are good. Scripting improvements are good. To better distinguish between those. Okay, that's nice. I mean, I don't enable the display future items thing because I am old, and that is not how the game worked in 2001 or whatever. So, yeah. Don't use it. But, a lot of people do. Oh, you can mute or continue playing the game's audio when the application is not in focus. That's always nice if you're, like, alt-tabbing or something. Oh, wait, I completely skipped the first one. To better cater to the communication styles of the age audience. So hopefully the profanity thing is being a little less oppressive. I was never signed into Xbox, so I never really ran into the profanity thing, but, I mean, that's obviously good. That's good. Okie dokie. Oh, that's just localization stuff. That's just all good in the proverbial hood. Oh, okay, scenario editor stuff, good. Ongoing investigation, disconnects. Okay, they're still working on it, but they are working on it. Community reported issues. Okay, good. And pathfinding, it's always an issue. But yeah, that's what they're working on. All right, guys, so this is the patch. I would say it's one of the smaller patches overall in terms of, like, balance changes or whatever. But I think the big things is just game stability, and that's what people are looking for first and foremost with this patch, and it should be good to go. And you have a nice little Mayhem event thing going on through the first couple weeks or whatever of the month. So that's this patch, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like and leave your thoughts on the patch notes and whatever in the section of the commenting. And of course, I will see you guys next time.